What if we are not alone in the universe? What if what you are about to see is true? Stay tuned for an epic tale of the creation of the world we thought we knew. Driving on Interstate 10, you will come to exit 322. This will take you to a travel center called Bolins The Thing Travel Center. The Thing is located in Texas Canyon, a fairly remote stretch of Interstate 10. Literally hundreds of billboards advertise The Thing to draw in the inquisitive traveler. T. Binkley Prince acquired The Thing around 1950, although the details of how are still shrouded in secrecy. In 1965, he built the theme roadside attraction right here. Mr. Prince ran the store with his wife until his death in 1969, at just 56 years of age. Upon his death, Claude Bolin Jr. struck a deal with Mr. Prince's wife, Janet, to take over the store's operation. Bolin Travel Centers Incorporated has maintained the mystery ever since. Admission to enter the museum only cost $5 at the time of this video. What if we are not alone in the universe? Once you eliminate the impossible, whatever remains, no matter how improbable, must be the truth. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, Sherlock Holmes. What if you were told that all you know about history is false? Everything you have learned in school or history books is a fabrication devised to shelter the citizens of Earth from the truth. Throughout man's time on Earth, kingdoms, empires, and governments have tried to suppress the facts. They allowed shreds of evidence to leak in order. What you are about to learn today is a culmination of over 50 years of research. Prepare to be amazed as we enlighten you. This is the information you have always been seeking without realizing it. Now let's take a journey with us, back through time. We explore history and unlock the mystery of the thing. What if what you are about to see is true? Dinosaurs rule. 65 million years ago, these gigantic beasts were wiped from the face of the earth. What happened? Today, you will witness the hidden details from that fateful period. During the Cretaceous period, the breakup of the world, continents continued to shift, and significant changes took place on Earth. New organisms and plant life began to flourish. The dinosaurs to your left, like this Albertosaurus, smaller relative of the well-known T-Rex and the popular Triceratops, roamed the North American landscape. One of the largest of the pterosaurs, the great pteranodon, with a wingspan of up to 18 feet, ruled the air. What if aliens have been here before? We believe the answer is yes. Aliens have been here before, and this exhibit seeks to provide possible proof of their presence by exploring the following story. Aliens arrived near the end of the Cretaceous period. Why did they come to Earth? Their planet, rocky and dry, was on the verge of dying, too rocky and void of plant life. The powerful Miles Rott and the General Amatrea were tasked with seeking a new planet in order to save their species. Thousands of scout ships were sent throughout the galaxy in search of a new home. One scouting party discovered Earth during the dawning of the age of the dinosaurs. These first Rothian extraterrestrial observers saw the advantage of using the enormous dinosaurs to build their new civilization. They made their plans to return with their entire alien population. Who were they? The Milesra clan were a ruthless alien clan and were the main governing force of the Rothian civilization. They were responsible for all security and defense, highly skilled in weapons and combat, oversaw the construction efforts on newly discovered planets. They control their destiny by complete domination of other species. The Amatrea. This gentle and curious clan was the main scientific and exploration group of the Rothians. They were responsible for all research and development for the entire civilization. Curious and driven by a quest for knowledge, fierce combatants and provoked to fight. Sympatheticans is a newly encountered species, believers in an invisible great creator of the universe. What if dinosaurs were ruled by aliens from another planet? At the request of the ruthless Milesra leaders, the gentle Amatrea used their mind control devices to gain control of the Earth dinosaur population. Their nanotechnology was able to fuse with many dinosaur species' DNA. This forced the dinosaurs to obey command, effectively enslaving them over a vast amount of time. The dinosaurs began to reject simple demands. The manipulations of the dinosaur DNA created an unexpected result, giving the beast intelligence. Meanwhile, as the aliens established themselves on Earth, the Amatrea scientists explored more intricate aspects of the planet. Although dinosaurs and aliens dominated the landscape above ground, alien investigators discovered mysterious creatures that existed safely below the surface. The Milesra leadership thought these cave dwellers were too primitive to pay attention to. On your left, you will notice our display of artifacts believed to be from the same time period. These bones were thought to be discovered in the mines of southern Arizona. Notice the strange markings they have. What if this is the first evidence of some advanced technology interlacing with dinosaur DNA? You might also notice strange burn marks. What if these dinosaurs were involved in some great battle with the aliens? With newfound intelligence, they began to organize attacks against their alien masters. The war for dominion over Earth began. Many of the Amatrea who were sympathetic to the dinosaurs joined their cause. A civil war broke out among the alien clans. The war raged for hundreds of years and affected Earth itself. Their weapons caused earthquakes and volcanoes to erupt on a global scale. The brutal Milesra leadership realized their plan is on the brink of losing the war. They put a dramatic plan in motion to end the war and abandon the planet. Annihilation. The evil Milesra clan set their plan in motion. They saw that this was the only way to wipe out their foes. And when the war was through, complete annihilation. If they couldn't have the planet, no one could. As the Milesra retreated back into space, they sent an asteroid toward them. According to their calculations, an impact of the Yucatan Peninsula would create the most damage, ending all life on the planet. So they hoped. The alien versus dinosaur war left empty wounds. The civil war between the Rothian clans divided the species. They separated into two factions and remain sworn enemies.
So, I'm pretty sure that Dad said something about the aliens attacking. This was actually probably looking for the house of his team's like such probably he was in his Nazi tears and I don't know. But afterwards, that was what the next, and then everything was it.
The Milesra abandoned Earth and sought a new planet to conquer. A large contingent of the peaceful Amatrea faction also left within hopes that they could defend other civilizations from the destructive Milesra complex. Meanwhile, the small colony of the compassionate Amatrea remained on. 500,000 years later, Earth made a full recovery. New life grew and flourished. The Great Extinction gave way to the development of mammals and eventually Earth's most formidable being of all, mankind. The wise Amatrea elders inspired their faction to chart their return to Earth. Upon their arrival, they discover that abundant life had returned to the planet. Earth was filled with many new creatures and plant life. Some creatures were much like the cave dwellers from the tales of their ancestors. Unfortunately, the tyrannical Milesra faction soon found their way back to Earth. This threatened the Amatrea plan for the peaceful development of humanity. So the Amatrea accelerated their influence over humanity and hoped to improve humanity's ability to defend themselves. The efforts made by both alien factions to retain power failed to take root for hundreds of years. During that time, humanity expanded its reach. Various governments discovered and colonized many corners of the globe. Struggles between governments created numerous wars over the course of 1,000 years. Soon, the British Empire was established. Eventually, it became the largest empire in history. Its vast size meant the friendly Amatrea and vile Milesra secretly operate independently throughout the world. Each faction desperately tried to gain control over the other. The Amatrea were highly interested in one in particular, the British colony located in the New World. The enthusiastic Amatrea believed this new government aligned best with their beliefs. So the United States of America was born on July 4th, 1776. With the aid of the Amatrea, the USA won its independence from the British Empire. This new nation was fragile. The wicked Milesra saw the potential power of the United States and tried to exploit their weakness. They attempted to split the nation and cause the American Civil War. However, when the war was over, the faithful Amatrea influence helped the U.S. become an even stronger nation. The noble Amatrea dealt a devastating blow to the heinous Milesra. The late 1800s witnessed the end of the American Civil War, the westward expansion of the United States, and the exploration of the American frontier. As the dangers of lawless territories west of the Mississippi became legendary, the term Wild West was coined. Mining created great opportunities for exploration. Precious metals such as gold, silver, and copper were discovered. Small plots of land became boom towns as settlers came from far and wide to seek fortune. In fact, many wondered what other mysteries could be uncovered deep beneath the ground. The dawn of the 20th century saw the end of the Wild West. The oil business exploded, putting the gold, silver, and copper rushes of the 1800s to shame. New inventions led to faster travel and better communication. The Wright brothers proved that man could fly. Henry Ford revolutionized automobile production. The completion of the transcontinental telephone line allowed communication across the country. The world was getting smaller, and the U.S. was growing, with wealth and influence throughout the world. Though the turn of this century brought many wonderful opportunities, it also ushered in terrible conflict. After their devastating defeat during the Civil War of the United States, the heinous Milesra faction turned their attention back to Europe. There, they successfully started to regain their power. World War I started July 28, 1914, and ended November 11, 1918. The peaceful Amatrea did their best to prevent the war. Although they were successful in aiding an Ally victory, it was at a terrible cost. By the end of the war, 4 of the world's empires ceased to exist, and over 16 million people died. Although it was supposed to be the war to end all wars, that was not the case. Another global war was just over the horizon. The evil Milesra are hard at work manipulating future events. I would like to pause our story for a moment and read you this plaque, a tribute to our veterans. Olin Travel Centers Incorporated would like to take this moment to honor all of our United States veterans and those currently serving in the U.S. Armed Services. We also recognize our first responders that protect our communities on a daily basis. Your sacrifice and service to your country will never go unnoticed. We are truly blessed by your presence as you visit our stores. Your service is a huge part of what makes the United States great. Thank you for your sacrifices, for your blood, sweat, and tears. We honor you. This is journey 21 years after World War I. The wicked Milesra finalized their plan for humanity to wipe each other out by 1933. The Nazi Party took control of the German government. A madman named Hitler declared himself heir. Pawns were in place, and the world was primed to explode into war a second time. The Second World War began September 1st, 1939, when Germany invaded Poland. Soon, Britain and France had declared war on Germany. On December the 7th, 1941, Japan bombed the U.S. naval bases at Pearl Harbor, pushing the U.S. into the war. War saturated the globe, and virtually no country was safe from destruction. The protective Amatrea had stepped in to help the human race. They offered to share their scientific knowledge and advanced technology. The Allied nations would erase all evidence of any alien assistance. The top-secret agreement with the Amatrea helped turn the tide of the war. Backed by the might and manpower of the United States, the Allies received the military support they needed across the world. Adolf Hitler and his Axis powers became desperate for a strategy to win the war. The evil Milesra revealed to Hitler that an ancient alien artifact was discovered in America. This artifact could be the key to enslaving the world and winning the war. Hitler immediately devised a plan to steal the artifact. A Japanese spy imprisoned at a camp near Dragoon, Arizona, aided the Nazis in finding this ancient artifact in a covert mission. Nazi spies found the artifact and promptly smuggled it to Germany, but by then, it was too late. Nazis were losing the war. The deceptive Milesra decided Hitler was too insane to control, and they turned their back on him. Under the direction of Winston Churchill, the Allied leadership learned of the covert operation led by Nazi spies in America. They met with the Amatrea in an undisclosed location to verify the rumors of this ancient artifact. The U.S. did admit that it had found the artifact in Arizona during a mining excavation in the late 1890s. The war in Europe came to an end in May of 1945. The evil Milesra desperately tried to hold on to power. In a last-ditch effort, they poured their remaining resources into the Japanese Empire. That final gamble failed just a few months later. Choosing their agreement with the Amatrea, the Allied leadership from World War II destroyed all evidence related to the existence of aliens. You will not find anything but conspiracy theories and rumors. Today, this section is dedicated to those conspiracies. Since the late 1940s, our culture has been obsessed with the notion of life beyond our planet. From the 7 wonders of the ancient world to the entertainment we enjoy every night. What if our books, TV programs, websites, and technology come from an outside influence? The human race seems to think we know everything. But even the most intelligent scientists make new discoveries every day. How could so many people across the globe invent these ideas without some shred of truth leaking out? How could these ideas proliferate our culture so completely? How can man come up with so many technological advancements in such a short time? What if these mysterious beings are controlling our minds, just as they did with the dinosaurs? Will the truth ever be revealed? What if aliens make themselves known one day? And if they do, what will happen? What if aliens secretly control our minds? What if Elvis was actually abducted by aliens? Many rumors have shrouded the thing in mystery. What if the story you just encountered was true? A story of aliens fighting dinosaurs, a battle that manipulated the course of human history. What if the thing is the last remnant of a prehistoric cave dweller? What if it was a mysterious cargo that resulted in the sinking of the Lusitania? What if it was the ancient alien artifact recovered through a daring mission in World War II? What if it is the missing link between humans and aliens from the other side of the galaxy? What if the best way to hide the truth is in plain sight at an obscure roadside stop in Arizona? Now prepare to be amazed as you discover the mystery of the desert. Here lies the thing. What is it? That question has bewildered us for over 50 years. Some have had their theories. It was suggested an ancient curse was placed upon it, and dire consequences awaited for those who touched it. Or could it be part of a larger government scandal to cover up a secret so terrifying it could cause mass hysteria? What if this is the ancient artifact discovered deep within the copper mines of Arizona? Of course, no one may ever know, so we are still left to wonder, what is this mystery of the desert? The thing.